This is cause number 2020 CR 9330, the state of Texas versus Justin Vasquez. Attorneys, please make your announcements for the record.
Contemplator for the state.
Milton Butler representing Justin Vasquez.
Mr. Vasquez is appearing by video conference. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Mr. Vasquez, and tell me your full name for the record.
My name is Justin Donnell Vasquez.
On the screen, Mr. Vasquez, I have the true bill of indictment that was filed in this case. It does allege the offense of unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. Do you understand the charge that you have?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a state jail felony, and it is punishable by confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. That's for confinement in the state jail facility. Do you understand and it also carries a possible confinement period of up to 2 years confinement, anywhere from 6 months to 2 years. Also a $10,000 fine. Do you understand that range that applies?
Yes.
You have the right to a jury trial. You have the right to cross-examine the witnesses against you. You also have the right to remain silent. Those are your constitutional rights. Do you understand those?
Yes, ma'am.
When you sign this document, I'm showing you on the screen called the court admonishments. What you're telling me is that you want to give up those rights. Is that what you intend to do today?
Yes.
Is this your electronic signature above the words Justin Vasquez, defendant?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, ma'am.
If you are not a citizen, I'm still required to tell you that a plea of guilty or no contest to this charge could result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. State, is this a recommendation of deferred?
Yes. I'm sorry. Did I forget to check that? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It is.
Mr. Vasquez, are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Butler, does your client have a rational and factual understanding of the proceedings against him?
He does.
Has he been able to assist you in the preparation of any defenses?
He has.
In your opinion, is he mentally competent to waive his rights and enter into a plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will accept the waiver of rights and make it part of the record. According to the agreement in this case, this is a recommendation of deferred adjudication, Mr. Vasquez, for a period of 3 years. There's no fine. There is, the state is going to dismiss 624010. What does that case say?
Innovating. Oh, I need to do that.
Restitution, if any, to the complainant in this case. 150 hours community service, no contact with Raul Vasquez, and a letter of apology to Raul Vasquez. The community service years, you do have the option to perform those with Pear County Gets Back. And my probation department can tell you about that. Is that your understanding of the agreement in this case?
Yes.
Mr. Butler, is that your understanding?
Yes, that is the agreement.
Ms. Flater, is that your understanding?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Flanders? I'll tell you about that in a little bit. All right, Mr. Vasquez, what is your plea to the charge of unauthorized use of a motor vehicle? Is it guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Are you entering a plea of no contest because you have talked about this matter with your attorney and you believe this is in your best interest?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you doing this freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you to enter a plea
No, ma'am.
or offered you anything in exchange for the plea?
No, ma'am.
I do find I will accept the plea of no contest. I find the plea is voluntarily made, and I will ask the state to tender its proof.
State offer States Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
No objection.
Case one is admitted. Mr. Butler, are you satisfied the state complied with Article 3914?
Yes, I am.
I will sign the discovery acknowledgement in this case, and I will make it part of the record. Give me just a few minutes to read the exhibit, please. Gretchen, so Mr. Seeloff,
I know, he told me.
I was like, later. He's like, look, she mispronounced mine first.
I wish people would just call me Gretchen. It's a lot easier.
Excuse me.
Shoe program, son.
Go back on the record, please. Did anybody else think that those 14 pages could have been one paragraph? It was from Hollywood Police, so it just kept going and going and going.
It was their only case that year.
Probably. I was like, okay, well, this could have easily been explained in one paragraph. All right. Mr. Vasquez,
Yes, ma'am.
find that the evidence is sufficient to substantiate your guilt. I will make no other findings.
Okay. Thank you.
An amount.
I don't know.
All right. I'm going to grant your application for deferred adjudication for a period of 3 years. There's no fine because I want you to focus on the restitution. Obviously, Mr. Hoover wants to be made whole with that car that was probably totaled. We're going to do a TAP evaluation. The state is dismissing the evading arrest. 150 hours community service, no contact order with Raul Vasquez,
Okay.
and a letter of apology.
Okay. Okay.
Those are the conditions of your probation. Mr. Vasquez, you made a plea bargain agreement in this case, and I followed it, so you do not have a right to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Go into the breakout room with probation. Thank you for your patience, Mr. Butler.
You're welcome.
Who is the attorney for Corbin?
It's Ernest Acevedo.
So you're gonna get back on, Ashley?
I'm reaching out to him, Judge.